And okay. Good afternoon, people. This is your man, All the Rage George Page, coming to you live on YouTube. And today I have a lovely lady right here, a legend in the sport of bodybuilding from the great country of Canada. This is one Miss Ronda Lee Cashmere.
Quaresma.
Whereas, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I like your way. Gets like a
I
cashmere.
apologize. Yeah, a cashmere sweater, nice and warm, snuggly. Now, she's been a bodybuilder for over 20 years. She's a trainer. She has done other things. She's also she does art. If you look at her background right here, she's one of her paintings. I just saw her right there. She sells some of her art, and she's going through cancer, which is one of the serious. Everybody's worried about COVID, but cancer is just one of the most dangerous diseases we have among humans. Like diseases like HIV and AIDS and other stuff, those are transmittable, but cancer is the disease of pretty much your body. So, how are you this afternoon, Miss BabyLee?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. So, the first question is, how did you get into the sport? How did you start as a bodybuilder?
I was very young, like got 18, and the encouragement of my dad, believe it or not, and my brother, and me putting weight on after puberty, just everything went.
Yeah,
I just wanted to stop
yeah, I
going
can
to
understand that.
yeah.
Yeah, the freshman
So
15 in high school.
yeah, right. And also I wanted, I had a boyfriend. I wanted to look good for him. Have the vanity reasons, but it intrigued me. You know, that I could lift weights and it could change my body. I didn't know if it would work, but I tried. My dad took me to the gym, and yeah, the rest is history. I met my husband to be there. He tutored me as a bodybuilder, so I did my first show, and another friend before that had taught me how to do the weights, and so I was lucky. I had people who were knowledgeable. If I didn't have those initial people to guide me, I don't think my a career would have happened. Like that's very important.
Yeah, and I know you turned pro around about the 90s, and then yeah, 95. And one of your big shows you competed was the Jantana Classic, and
That's a
that
pro. Yeah.
that was one of the I think it was the last before I think it was in 2002. That was the last standalone female bodybuilding show because you wouldn't it's not like with the Mr. Olympia, which is kind of like that's part of it. That's the offset of Mr. Olympia. You have the used to have the Mr. International that was associated with the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, but the Jantana was truly just y'all ladies show. You wouldn't there was no guys attached to it, and and it was a I like that show. It was a great show. Being
Yeah.
able to I used to, and this is me, like I said, I'm from North Carolina,
I was
and
gonna
it
say,
was yeah, and they used to have it in Charlotte. But I was a kid, I couldn't afford to go there. Or when I did have to afford to go there, I was working, so I'm busy. But
right.
I think it was 2002, 2003 when it ended, and I think say it was tickets like that. But like this being in this sport as a woman, what are the pros and cons in your opinion?
Um, well, the pros, it definitely not just outwardly empowers you, but inwardly. Um, it changed my life for the better, for sure. Uh, the cons, the stereotypes that people have, women have muscle, they're not feminine, all that kind of stuff. Uh, God, I'm sure there's a list of things and it's not coming to me. But there, I think not as much support. You would think that being muscle women and there being muscle men that we would have equal support from the industry, but there wasn't. Um, with Wings of Strength right now, doing what they're doing, thank God for Jake and Linda, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, it's a restart, a renewal. It feels like it's a good time for women to be competing. I wish I could. Oh my God, because I would.
Yeah,
It feels so authentic right now. Um, I mean, a lot was done for the women, but they're. It still felt like you kind of felt alone in a lot of the things. Yeah, just the support really wasn't there, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think really to me where I saw what the downhill was going after the Weeder brothers died when Ben and Joe died because the rest of the family. I think it's just Betty, his wife. I think Joe's son, and the rest of the family just pretty much sold it off to somebody else. Like with Walmart, when Sam
Yeah.
Walton died,
Yeah.
he had his kids took over, but now it's really run by the corporation. It's not really run by the family anymore. And that's why I feel like what happened to Fear Bobby. Even though I know at some that Joe didn't like the way Fear Body Building was going, but he still supported it. And I used to remember Linda, like back in the day, Corey Everson was getting like almost over. I think her last show was like almost $75,000 for Miss Olympia. That was like back in '86, and then the last
Wow.
pay
Really?
for Iris, yeah, back for Iris Kyle got 25,000 for Miss
Yeah.
Olympia, and
There's
that was
discrimination for sure.
yeah, and then with they got the next month is they're gonna have the Rising Phoenix, in which the ladies get 60, the women top women get $60,000 plus a new car. Because I know
Yeah.
Helena, she got herself a new car. I
I
think
have a picture with her car. I
yeah,
don't know where it is.
and it's a Dodge Hellcat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I know before that it was I think Alita Papa, she got I think it was a Corvette, but the last few times it was a Humvee, but they switched
Yeah.
over to yeah. But that's
Right.
one thing is just that y'all ladies don't make so much money. Like I know, like the last shows they had, the top winner for female in women's bodybuilding and just other competitions got $3,000, and while the top men will get $10,000 or more, and that's like
Mm-hmm.
a paid disbursement because you ladies still gotta pay for your
Oh,
training, your
paying for the show
suits,
overtakes for the prize money by far.
yeah. And by then, after taxes stuff like you won't have much left. And I know I talked to another bodybuilder. I'm probably have a video. I'm gonna do the interview in a couple of days. Alicia Ferrio, she's one of my subscribers to my channel. We talked on IG quite a bit, and she mentioned that y'all ladies would do the photo sessions a lot, especially
Yeah.
after competition, because that's the best time when to get you. Because as we smokes, this is a saying we smoke says, when you ladies rock hard, we'll rock hard.
That's funny.
Because that's the best time. That's the best time to get you when you're just out of competition. You're,
Sorry, I'll turn that down.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I was wondering what that was. Yeah, yeah. You were when you after round competition, you're vascular, you're shredded, but that's where you're weakest. But you still you do the video sessions. I know she said like you get paid to anything to $400 per session, and that's really make your side money. And
Right.
also but if you could change anything about the sport, what would you change? Like especially coming sponsors and the behaviors and people, what would you say? What would you say?
That the athletes would be treated more so like real athletes in other sports, how they're treated. Um, you're handed a pro card and then you're left out to the sea to figure it out on your own. There's
Yeah.
a very small percentage that have the type of support from the powers that be. Maybe I'm being naive. I don't know enough about other sports to know exactly how it's run, but what I see is athletes are they're taken in, they're shown around, they're treated like you accomplished something. Thank you. We're going to work together and make it better, and be the best athlete in the world. Like so. I think what it would be would well, although that's going to be impossible now because now pro cards they're given out for many different things and many more of them. But before it was just women's bodybuilding, men's bodybuilding exclusively. So, just I felt like a better introduction. This is what it's all about. If you need anything, we're here for you. But literally, I didn't like most of the athletes don't get that. So it was fantastic. I'm so grateful. Changed my life for the better. getting a pro card, accomplishing what I did. Um, I wouldn't change a thing. So,
Mhm. Yeah, but like that's nice. But like I said, yeah, this now as it used to be, as I remember, I think there was like only used to be just men's bodybuilding, women's bodybuilding. Then I think about the '90s, they brought
mhm,
tried to bring fitness, tried to push you women out, female bodybuilders out, and then that kind of evolved. I think two to me two sports evolved out of that. One was the figure, and
mhm.
that evolved from fitness to me because the fact is the girls used to wear the bikinis, the high heels. Then here comes figure, and then here comes fitness, which is supposed to be the idea of classic female bodybuilding. Then they got bikini, which they stole from like was it Hooters and a couple of companies used to do bikinis, you know,
Um,
and also
can I interrupt? I'm just, how do I respond to the people?
oh if you want if you like I say if you're on just if you're on
Comment.
YouTube, yeah, if you're on YouTube, if
I'm
you
sorry.
like
On YouTube?
because like if you're on YouTube, there's a YouTube page where you can go and respond to people in the chat. But if you got something you want to say, I can just type it here because
Oh, okay. Well, just I
yeah,
see people
yeah.
saying things, but I don't know how to respond.
Well, you have Heart and Steel One. He said you're the best RLQ.
Thank you.
Say thank you. Yeah.
Um,
But anyway, as I was saying, with with things now, you have more divisions. You have men's physique, you got classic men's bodybuilding, 212. You have bikini. Now you have wellness. That just started, and I think I told you one time, like you were helping Michelle Brent get ready for Chicago Pro, like you said we were talking about a week ago, and I mentioned that they should create if they're gonna do all these create a women's division, like you have men's masters called
oh,
ladies, yeah, called
okay.
like ladies, like call it like a ladies masters version, called it because you got a lot of women who are
Lot.
there's a lot more women over
Mm-hmm.
50 who are competing. You still have like there's one bodybuilder who's going to be at the Miss Olympia, Miss Irene Anderson. She's from Sweden. She's 54 years old. You have I think there's a bodybuilder I mentioned before by name. I follow on Facebook with Facebook friends. Maria Flores. She's about 58, 59. You
Yeah.
said Michelle is like 60,
Oh, and
and
yeah, be up there too.
I think there was one called Patty. There was a Patty Corbett. She was
Okay.
competing for a while, but I think she retired.
Well, what about? Do you know how old Yaxani is?
Yaxini is like I think 52, 53.
Oh, she okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. She just came back because yeah. I think she just came back. I think she just came back for the Miss Olympia.
Okay.
And because she's only one of two women that beat Iris for the title. Linda's one and Yaxini's the other.
Yeah.
But like I said, I got a question from Mitch Maru. He said the question is, what is it like trying to keep fit in your sport and working a day to day? Like, trying to stay fit and also having a regular job. Is that hard?
Yeah, it's really hard, but the love of the sport comes first. Uh, whenever I'm training, life is good. That's where I'm. That's my balance place. So, but from the sport, I was able to make money because of the sport. Training other people, modeling. There were used to be sessions of stuff like that. So the day job thing, I used to work for the post office years ago, so that kind of went by the wayside so that I could train.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's cool. My sister used to work. One of my sisters used to work in the postal service for about 20 years. She retired a few years ago.
Oh,
And
Sue Price
yeah,
for the post office now, I think. Do you know who Sue is?
yeah. Who?
Sue
Sue.
Price.
Oh yeah, no, I know Sue Price. She on Facebook friends. I follow Sue Price.
Yeah.
Because
She
yeah,
works at the post office now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know she still works for the post office. I hear stories about when you work at post office, you lose that job, and go. Ah! But it's I heard half heard it's pretty good money. It's like cops and post office services. I did
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
good pension. But
yeah.
I just got a tribute from my friend Marcus Bell. Welcome, Marcus. He's one of my followers, my supporters. He comes in my live stream about every other week. I mean, every time I do one, it's really I really appreciate it. And excuse me, and right out here, people, show your love, drop a like, say hello to Miss Ronda Lee. And also, there's also in the description in this there's a PayPal. So you want to send us something, a few extra bucks. I know it's hard. Everybody's going through COVID. Money's not as fruitful as it is, but hey, $4 or $5 doesn't hurt to donate a little something. These ladies, yeah.
That's
But
right.
anyway, this is something I know we're gonna talk about is your jump to from bodybuilding to the adult industry. How did that just happen? I mean,
How did that happen? So I actually, at the time, just was going through some personal things. I was divorcing and stuff like that. And I guess maybe a little bit of rebel risk taker, and they wanted to explore that other side. And it's funny because it really had nothing to do with the bodybuilding, that decision. I didn't know at the time if I was ever even going to compete again. Um, and so I tried it. And like, I didn't know if somebody would even ever see what I had done. It was just a thing that I just wanted to try for me. And
yeah,
it ended up working out to be fun and way more easygoing than people think. And I didn't know I didn't know that it would then people would see it, and here I would be today having done a whole bunch of other stuff. So
yeah. Yeah, because like I say, a lot of people don't think that. I think when I started seeing, I think the first women who I saw doing few about this doing, I think was you, um, Robert Bova, Lynn McCrushion, and there was another lady, I forgot her name, and it was like about early '90s where I started seeing, the first female bodybuilders doing hardcore adult porn. But then you got
yeah,
quite some you got some that's now like at Lisa Cross. There's some others. I mean, Denise Massino. She
oh,
was
there's
she
so many.
yeah, she can go
Yeah,
all the way. She did girl. But it's just now it's there's this fetish about it because people don't think that women with muscle can be sexy. That they cannot, it's just the idea that I think a lot of people are kind of a bit put off by because you mentioned how people would be put up by it. It might make like I follow a lot of female bodybuilders. I do video chats with some, and they tell you how the stories how some guys act, how they behave, and I think they say that the worst time sometimes is women because women just kind of have that catty look, looking up and down, saying, how can a woman get themselves muscles? And then everybody has ideology. Oh, you lift like 4 or 5 pounds, you're gonna look like Bev Francis. But no, it's about hard work,
yeah.
commitment. It's about dedication to this because, as you know, I said before, the sport is not a lot. It's not a lot of money in it, and
Or the love of
it's
sport.
yeah,
Yeah,
you do it for do it for the love of the sport. But what money you do make is it keeps you pretty good. I got
it
Heart and
being able
Steel.
to train.
Yeah, Heart and Steel says the Canadian treasure, and my man Marcus Bell says hello, Rhonda.
Oh, hi, Marcus.
You say hello back to you, Marcus. But like I said, there was a situation happened a few years ago, and it's been out there for a while. Do you want to what's your side of it, or how you feel about it, or what's the truth of it, if you want to say?
So we're talking about when I got into some trouble, right? Yeah. Well, what I think is that it's old news, and people should just like forget about it. And it had nothing to do with me as a bodybuilder. It was, there's sessions. Sessions are different from escorting. It's kind of the same but different. Um, so, uh, and then yeah, the story how it happened and what was written about was not accurate. They took out of context what really happened. Yes, I did get arrested, but it was dismissed. Nobody talked about that. and the way they wrote the article was very degrading and not accurate. Yes, I got it, but that's about the only thing that was accurate. The rest made me sound. Well, they said that I initiated, which I did not. They said there's like four things in there, and I don't want to even go there because I'm bringing that energy up again. And yeah, and it really is, especially being in the situation I am now with this cancer. It's like, God, I can't even bother thinking about that. Like it's like literally it was 10 years ago, and people still like are talking about it. Like, really? Why? Like, it's
Well,
yeah. So
what I can say is people like to talk about people when they're down. They don't like when they just it always is that there's an old that was it I think it's an old Temptation song, "Smiling Faces." Those people that you think your friends are the ones smiling at you. Well, I got a question from Mitch Merrow. Was there any surprises in your adult career that you didn't expect to see?
That's a good question. Any surprises? I guess not. I'm trying to blank. What? Yes, that is one of my paintings.
Yeah, that is yeah.
What surprise? Like, what is there a context you're talking about, Mitch? Or
I think you might be taken by if you have ran into guys with a little bit.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah. Who knew that it could exist? Yeah, some guys are like ridiculous, but hey, that's a freak of nature. They're lucky.
Like the other day, I was talking with a bodybuilder named Brittany Big Lemmy Brooks, and we did an interview before, and we were talking about the adult the sex part of fetish part of bodybuilding, and we sit and talked about certain porn stars. There's a guy named Mandingo, and
Yeah,
the dude's like, yeah, he's still, I think I don't know if I think he retired. There's Lexington Steel,
yeah.
I
I
was
know.
going.
I know that. Lex is a friend of mine too.
Oh wow, that's cool. I mean, somebody
Yeah.
did a video. Somebody made a video with his sex noises and took it and put it towards I think it was a Dragon Ball Z when Goku was going to Super Saiyan 4.
Oh, that's funny. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
he's done a ton of work.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's I mean
he's
he's
like in the adult industry for sure.
yeah he's just I think he's the most successful black man in history. I mean he has won 4 AVA awards. That's the most for any, and I think he might and just he's been around so long time. I mean, I've seen his work. I mean,
Yeah,
he's impressive. And,
he's
people
dealing
say, man,
sorry, go ahead.
what are you about to say?
He's dealing with a little bit of like health issues too, but not like anything. Just
Oh, I hope
like
he's all right.
oh yeah, it's nothing like bad. Just
Yeah,
life
yeah,
and
wearing,
life
yeah.
and the business of the adult industry wear and tear. I think he has some hip issues.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm
Sometimes
sure.
some of the guys say, "Stop using hips. Just lay back, let the girl do her job." That's some guys, But like I said, with COVID everything going down, I know he's not. He's good in a good space. But with COVID going down, I know there's a lot of points been shut down. I mean, that's why if you a lot of female body, if you ever have thought of it, a lot of female bodies are doing OnlyFans to take
Mhm.
and also a lot of porn stars, adult industry are doing it because it's to circumvent for their loss of income. I
I
mean, I
sorry. Go ahead.
you know I even heard a story where couples, because of their jobs have been cut down because they're not considered essential, have made amateur videos and send them to Pornhub because I think it says that you get so much for Pornhub just so
Mhm.
they can make between things not having no money. But like you were about to say before,
I forgot. Oh,
it could
my version of the OnlyFans is I have an adult website still,
yeah mhm,
called cheese.com/Ronda Lee.
yeah
But now I do just had done. I stopped doing adult a while ago,
Yeah.
um, and I just did nude stuff. So
Hmm.
that's where my focus is has been. So that's my only dance.
Yeah, that's cool. But like
Yeah,
this,
I'm gonna do OnlyFans, but I
but
have so many things I can't keep up. It's just another thing that I'll get behind on. So yeah.
like I say, if you're any else she's on. I have her social media stuff in the description, so you want to check her out. The adult stuff I can't post because YouTube has guidelines that you can't post anything adult. Because I did a video about Lisa Ann. She's one of my favorites,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
and then because I put her email, her not email, I put her website in the description. I got slapped with a fine by it was kind of like a
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Because you can't post any kind of adult. That's why I couldn't post it. Like you sent me some
Why,
stuff,
why
and I
can you
couldn't
talk
post.
about it? You can talk
Well,
about it.
you can't post because YouTube has become. It wants to be family friendlier.
I see.
And you can show pictures, you can talk about sex, but you can't post any kind of adult websites because and it's just how it
I just,
is. Because
I just thought of something to
yeah,
the answer to to Mitch's question about any surprises. I think what the surprise was for me was how nice the people in the industry were. And what I learned, like there is a dark side, but there's a dark side to every
hmm
industry of everything, you know.
yeah,
So it was way more positive than I would have thought. And the people who, the big stars and stuff, how I put it is they're lovers, not fighters. So everybody just wants to get along and have
yeah,
sex.
yeah.
So
Uh,
yeah.
That's what it is. It's entertainment. Like it exists. Like this is two figures. Everybody knows that prostitution is one of the oldest businesses in the world. It's been around for thousands of years. And in some countries it's practically legal because the fact is, and I think Nevada is one of the few states where it's legal. It's only legal in 10 states. And people just feel like they should be shamed because they enjoy watching. It's no different when you go watch a movie or
Um, yeah,
or yeah, when you just it's entertainment.
it's
There's
fantasy, like just like yeah.
But there's just like anything else, there's always a dark side to it, even in the movies. I mean,
Not as people like
yeah,
think. Yeah,
yeah. Like in Hollywood, there's stories of with the whole Harvey Weinstein thing that came out, Bill Cosby, producers. I think was it Corey Feldman? He wrote that book story about him and how things happened between him and Corey Haim when they were coming up. But like anything, it's always a good side and a bad side. And
right.
we the casuals, the regular Joe Schmoes and Tom Dick and Harry's and James and everybody's, we don't see that part. But you've been on both sides, being a professional bodybuilder, being in the adult industry, being in just the entertainment function. You've seen the good and bad of it. And like I said, but if you could get to work like with if you had your chance to work with a celebrity in a scene,
In the
who would it
scene.
be?
Oh
Yeah.
my God, I kind of felt. I actually think I did work with the person I wanted to in the scene. It was Julian. That was back years ago. Um, yeah. So I did that. If
Mhm.
there's somebody, again, I've kind of fallen out of that loop now too because I don't do it. So um, I could get back to you on that.
Would you ever consider doing if somebody offer you opportunity to do a reality show or I think you've been on a talk show before, haven't you? Would you ever do it?
Mm-mm. Would I
No, you
do it
wouldn't do
or
it.
sorry,
Would you
say
do it?
again?
Would you
Yeah,
ever do
a reality show. In all honesty, having this cancer has compromised a lot of things, and I don't talk about a lot of the things actually that I do go through. Um, I've been very general about I just have cancer, but there's a lot of things going on in a day for me with my health. So I don't know if I'd be easy enough to work with.
Yeah,
The-
because I know it was a few, like we were supposed to do this interview about a few weeks ago, and she was going through her chemotherapy, and that's a. I mean, I know people that's like chemotherapy is just as bad as people go through. My mother, she had diabetes, and and she when she used and that's she can't get the level where she was put on dialysis. That's a good thing about that. But I hear people that who go on dialysis, it's weeks. It's just takes strength out of them, and sometimes it's just, and that's the feeling that you have to go in, you know, they inject you with chemicals and trying to fight this disease. It's just it's hard because what we just had some. What kind of cancer you have specifically?
colon cancer, and dealing with I'm stage 4, so I'm actually advanced,
Oh
and
my God.
yeah, so and it's a full-time job. I'm telling you, dealing with it. I thought I turned that down. Sorry.
Yeah, all
And
right.
being consistent in life with things has become impossible because
Mm,
I'm like, as George and I were supposed to do this a couple of times, and because of my being sick those times, suddenly we had to change the date. So
mm,
yeah, like so I had to lose. I had to give up some training clients, and um, doing competing. I can't do anymore because the muscle loss uh, and other things. Damn it, surgeries. Um, what am I, oh, so yeah, trying to show up on time for things has become, I cannot promise you that I will,
yeah.
I can't even promise I'll be there. So, what's the other thing? And so it's been really hard. Of course, my love and no matter what in life, I always had my training, and then bonus was the competing. Uh, so the cancer has affected that big time. Um, and then the modeling part, my I'm just gonna put it out there. My tummy is like destroyed. My lower
Oh man.
tummy. I can no longer stand in a bikini and proudly say, "Look at me now." Like
Well,
it's
you're to
but
us, you're still beautiful, no matter what. You're still beautiful. You're a beautiful lady, and we keep your spirits work. Cause like years ago, my one of my older brothers passed, and he
Mhm.
was my big brother. He was the reason why I got into my fanship of female bodybuilding. Because when he used to play football, as a kid, and his nickname was He Man.
Yeah.
And yeah, and he used to collect those the Muscle Mag magazines. And I used to like to look through them because, like, back
Me
then
too.
in the yeah in the '80s, the popular show was He Man. He was just this is what some comedians say about He Man. He Man was a weak white boy became a strong black man. That was just crazy. But I used to love, like guys like, Lee Haney and Dorian
Yeah.
Yates and Arnold Schwarzenegger,
The
um, you
root of
know,
thing. Yeah.
Franco Colombo, Lee Labrada, I came up with those guys. And, then I saw the women, and that kind of just, I'm just a country boy, and it just kind of blew my mind that women can have muscles like that. And then, like, Corey Everson, Richard McLeish, then you have
I,
Bev Francis, you
another
know,
thing about the women doing, to put it in perspective, but the femininity and stuff. We build this muscle with our mind, not because we're full of this testosterone and we want to be men and all those crazy things that people say. So,
mhm.
it's all from here.
Yeah, and often it's always that thing, steroids or any kind of muscle enhancement, but it's in almost every sports. Like
Really, yeah.
I follow MMA, mixed martial arts, and just a while ago there was like about 4 or 5 MMA fighters got busted for taking. Well, two were busted for taking performance enhancers. One was busted for weed, and another one for busted for something else. And then you can't forget about football, like football, basketball, baseball.
It's more about passing, figuring out how to pass the test than if you're really doing the supplement or not. And I blame the media for that because they have made it what it's not. Same thing. They always do that. You know,
Yeah,
it's if you knew all the story about steroids, it would people wouldn't look at it the same way.
yeah, and like I said, it's just one of those things that comes with the sport. You always like there's a inmate fighter by the name of Nate Diaz. He says everybody use steroids, but it's
Mm-hmm.
it's not. It doesn't make you a better athlete. It's just helps you train longer.
Yeah, you
But it doesn't.
recover. You
Yeah,
recover.
and you,
When you recover,
yeah,
you can build. Yeah.
yeah, because I know sometimes like steroids, not just for building, also if you ever get sick or hurt, I know it's especially you're going through cancer, and sometimes it gives you steroids to help you try to build up your weight.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I remember once,
I'm surprised that I didn't get a lot of flack for. I thought, oh God, when people hear this, they're going to be like, oh, steroids, steroids, steroids. But actually, people didn't do that. I was
yeah,
like, wow, I'm impressed. Thank you.
yeah, yeah. That's from Nick Mero. He says you are amazing, strong women in both mind and body, and you are beautiful. Also, I got some here from CS Racing Report. I'm curious to as you whether you plan to compete around the personal training clientele.
I think I see down, if you scroll down, he said I
Yeah,
answered the question. Yeah, I think we answered it with when I
yeah,
explained. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Also, I think he's
thank
yeah.
you for that.
Also,
Yes.
yeah. Also, I think he said I think you just answered my question. Perhaps down the road you can work it out. That's a good, that's good. I appreciate it. But like I said again, smash that like, show your love to Miss Ronda Lee, and it's just a she's a darling person. She's a great lady. She's been through a lot. She's been on both sides of the fence, being part of being an athlete and an entertainer. I mean, this is great conversation we have with her because what this is why I'm doing this because I said before I got into YouTube because I was taking care of my mother. My mother, she passed away about a few months ago, and yeah, I was taking her for about 6 years. And I got into YouTube because just have something outlet dealing with her illness. And
Yes.
then now that she's gone, I got a lot of free time, and I want to. My channel's been growing some time, and I want. This is why I started doing some interviews because I really want to. One thing I want to do is give attention to you ladies because you don't get a lot of attention. The
Right.
attention you do get is going to be negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's changing. It's changing. Something is,
yeah,
and then the gods have listened. Yeah.
yeah. Because just recently, like bodybuilding. First time I saw bodybuilding on television was on NBC. NBC Sports used to show it. And
I remember
then
TS. Yeah.
yeah, and the ESPN and other sports networks. But now they took it off network television. Then like you watch on ESPN, you can watch like my nephew. One of my nephews visiting me. He's watching a video game tournament on ESPN and poker on
Right.
ESPN. They,
Mhm.
they still have the world's strongest men, but they got with the world's strongest women. And this weekend they're having the Romania Muscle Fest.
Mhm.
They're supposed to do a live. It's supposed to be like a live pay per view, and this is like this is for a qualifier for the 2021 Miss Olympia.
Right.
Um, there was supposed to be a lot of people was saying this one woman supposed to come in called Natalia Kosanova. She's this chick from Russia. You may not know of her. I would say just Google her. They call her Amazonica, and this chick was huge. And
Yeah.
I was thinking,
People are
yeah,
getting. Yeah.
yeah, she placed second at last year's Muscle Fest, and a lot of people was hoping her to be able to be part of this year's Olympia, but I don't know what's going on, whatever. But she's in Russia, but you know how with COVID thing go around, Russia's pretty
Mm,
much shut down.
yeah.
It's just travel is just crazy. Um,
Crazy.
like I said, it's just things are just wild. It's crazy, and I know you have to be very
Yeah.
careful because with your cancer, because your immune system is fighting one disease, and then
Hmm.
you have to worry about another.
It's funny though. I take all the precautions, of course. Um, I even I was even prepared, even though I'm alone, to wear the mask for the show. So, but I feel like I don't know because I had the cancer first. It's like COVID, schmovid. Like I already like have self isolated and dealt with all the things that you know um, that come with the COVID. So yeah, so I'm not. And for whatever reason, I'm not worried I'm going to get it, but I do take the precautions. Maybe I'm just that's part
Yeah,
of my trying to be positive.
be smart and safe, people. I like that mask. That's Michael Jackson mask.
That bling bling mask. I love my bling bling. I don't know if people know about that, but
Oh
everything
yeah,
is sparkle and glitter and diamonds and shiny and
yeah.
yeah.
But like I said, that's this the sport. Like definitely the category George talked about, muscular femininity. Yeah, because that's the thing about the femininity part. Because back in the day, generally most female bodybuilders didn't. They before them. They one thing was just want them was to be more feminine. And then the thing is that many ladies have gotten breast implants, and then also they changed posing suits because you had anything fancy, just different color. But now posing suits. Cause I know I was talking with some bodybuilders, like they said they have to pay like $500-$600 for a posing suit
Yeah.
sometimes, and then
You have to
you
draw
have your
it.
glittery like that, yeah, and it's now you wear more makeup. You got to wear
Yeah.
just
It's
you
been
have to look you
feminine,
know
yeah. But
yeah.
can I tell you, oh, here's my take on this. First of all, a lot of the suits I find, because I had trouble with, because I'm a small frame. You might not
Mhm.
know it in pictures, but I am. And the suits were like, they're too big. It like would distort my body because I'm short waisted and stuff. So back in the day, like with the root of bodybuilding, Rachel McLish, Landa, all that, the suits are teeny tiny, you know,
Yeah,
and that makes the physique look much better.
yeah.
So that's one thing, and then the other thing with the femininity, this is where I get a little bit like, grr, is you know, who handed the women the trophies? Who kept putting the notch up a level? And then to criticize the women and say, "Oh, you look they're too masculine," and then to take it away, like, are you serious? Like to me,
Yeah.
I was like, why can't they take responsibility and fix it or figure it out? But then to do that and then point a finger and say, "Well, you look like this, and you're the reason that it doesn't make money." What? Like, am I right or wrong? I don't know.
Yeah, because really you go about what the fans want. Because I remember in that 91 when Bev Francis did her last Miss Olympia, the crowd loved it because she came in. When Bev came in, she changed the sport. She came in
Yeah,
with this muscle, this
it was
muscle.
amazing. I love the
Yeah,
big women. Like, it's like,
yeah.
I love it.
Like,
So
cause I
do a
think
lot of other people.
because I think when you were competing as your pro, about the same time there was Tina Lockwood. Remember
Yeah,
her?
yeah. Remember?
And
Yeah.
Tina
And we're
and
all
Tina
really,
was
yeah.
yeah, Tina was a big girl. And then she did interviews. When people hear her talk, she talked like a regular, you hear her sound like a regular girl. Because I know I have guys talk about how women sound like, and it's just, but it's all depending on the person, and oh, but
Yeah.
his CS Racing report says I remember the NBC ESPN era with Lori
Yeah.
Bowen, Rice, Corey, Bev, Gladys Portuguese, Sandy Riddle, and the late Jackie Presley. Oh yeah, I like Jackie.
Like the
And there was
root
a
of,
ton of great.
root of bodybuilding, you
That was
know?
great. Like also Andrea Harris White, Lori Craval, Tanya McKnight. I mean, one bodybuilder I follow on Facebook. She's a really cool lady. Dorian Kearns. Now she's Dorian Silverman. Yeah, because I like. Or was
Yeah.
it a few months ago? Because since my mother passed away, where I stay at is based on our income. And it's a small apartment. And it's a big apartment, but they want to move into a bigger apartment, a smaller apartment, because me and my mother lived together, and this was based on income. And now she's passed. Yeah, I had to eventually move out of my apartment, and I did myself a GoFundMe. That's in my right there, my tape, my GoFundMe, where just to get some money for moving. And she was nice enough to drop me $20 in my GoFundMe. And she's a great person. I mean, I'm probably going to do this. I know I follow her on Facebook. Also, we connect to each other on IG. I want to talk to her about doing an interview because I know she said she got sick a while back. She might have COVID, and she's just right now she's in quarantine with her and her daughters.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, but what would you say the biggest thing that you feel like you missed out in life?
Missed out. Hmm. I kind of have the take on like there's no regrets. What's done is done. So you may as well just, and it's in the past. And then there's now this we're right here, this second that I just said this word, and then there's a future which hasn't happened yet. So I don't. What should I miss out on? I don't think anything. I don't. I think everything happened how it was supposed to.
Yeah, but like I said, you made a career out of this. Being a woman in this sport and being a woman in also just in the world, and you find success. And I know you're going through a hardship, but you know what? You know, God is good all the time. I'm not overly religious. I'm not the church type of person, but I do have belief that there's a greater being among us. And you know what? He's there to help the people that want to help it, who needs it. And I feel like you might come out real good. I know that there's a lot of people go through this stuff often, but some people have turned out well. You're
Yeah,
and you're a beautiful person inside and out. You get all these people who support you. You still have your family. You have your friends. Your
I've had
love.
amazing support. Amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good thing. And like I
yeah.
said, like I said again, in the description, you want to talk to her. You want to send. I have also her some of her IG, I think her IG, her social media description. You want to say best wishes. Also, said again, I have a PayPal in the description, so you want to donate something, and also show your love. Drop some likes. Tell her how you feel about it. Also, wait a minute. Rachel C says, Carla Dunlap. He still named some names.
Still hard. Yeah.
Yeah, Carla Dunlap. Christopher, I love Christopher. I did a video. She's one of my most popular videos on my page because
With
uh,
that,
the late Misha Santos, I think he said say Sheedy
okay.
Beatty. Yeah, I mean who went and Nikki. I don't want to talk about Nikki Fuller. She's a Trump supporter. I don't want to talk about Nikki Fuller
Um, I,
today.
I was
Go
going to
ahead.
say, if somebody does, and George was kind enough to try to help. I didn't ask. He went out of his way to try to help me make some money. So thank you, George, and for giving me this interview. Because I still, you know what, even though I can't do bodybuilding as I did, I love it in my heart and soul forever the same. So um, anyways, just if people do spend something on me, I do still train people virtually if they're able to work with my schedule. I still have a lot of knowledge. I love helping people with training. And I have these posters. So I guess my point is, yeah, I don't expect you to give me money for nothing. So I have this I can sign. And I have some photos and I have some art and yeah, I do too many things. So yeah.
So is this attention all you schmoes out there? We know that you're schmoes. You're a fan of female bodybuilders. Go to her page. You can find the stuff. Make a request for a poster. She'll sign it for you. Pay the lady for a time, brothers. Because
And I have
entertainers.
websites and I have uh, Amazon wish list. Oh, there's always ways to spend money on me.
Yes. It's always, like that's always with y'all women. You got to spend money on you, us men.
I'm way high
Especially,
maintenance. Like,
especially the pretty ones. The pretty ones get our banks. Be broke, be like, well, before my jobs used to be, I used to work in a strip club. I used to work in a strip club. I used to adore a man. I used to be the gopher, and the girls, the girls who were like the prettiest girls usually make the bank. I usually hang with the girls who wasn't as pretty, they had good personality, and you have both. Generally, you
oh,
have both.
thank you.
But like I said, this is a great interview. This is with a legend in the sport. And I know you got a lot of time. You're busy, and I appreciate the time. And it was a great interview. And like I said, if you like I said, I was a while back. I seen your package, and I hope it works. I hope it helps you out.
Yeah,
I hope
that's
because
awesome. I have someone else who sends me little care packages like that too, and I'm telling you, I love them because then I don't have to buy that stuff. Then I can buy things I like to buy.
yeah. But like I said, I
And
might be seeing.
they're great. Yeah.
So I might be seeing something a little, sometime on, maybe a little bit round the road because, like I said, I do some also assist stuff to other ladies that I do this for. But I'm already thinking of spending some money now at Amazon on Rhonda. Yeah, that's from Mitch Morrow. Thank you, Mitch. Yeah,
Thank you.
that helps her out.
I
Like I
know it's
said,
great.
like anything to help these ladies because they know, even though Ronda's not competing anymore, it helps her, especially going through her diagnosis and also financial. Like I said, this is why I do this because I know a lot of you ladies, you need support,
Yeah.
and this is a great thing.
Yeah.
And this is a beautiful lady right here, and I just wish her all the best.
Oh,
But
thank you.
anyway, I know you're ready to, you're ready to go. You're ready to go ahead and hit. It's about dinner time for you, isn't it? So
Yeah, for the people. For me?
yeah, I think I think for the people because
Oh,
I'm on the. You remember I'm on the East Coast.
right, right. Yeah. Yeah. What time?
Yeah,
2 o'clock. It's still early. Yeah.
yeah, and it's supper time for us here.
Right.
Especially us.
God,
Because
yeah, 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 yeah. And
yeah, and
being a woman bodybuilder, of course, who appreciates eating and food more than
yeah,
I. Like, and even with having the cancer, it's very interesting. My appetite has been good, except when I have chemo, then it's
yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
But surprisingly, I have an appetite. So I think that's what's helped also keep me going, because I eat pretty normal. Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, I appreciate your time. I really appreciate you coming here and doing the interview. And
Thanks. Thank
I,
you.
I hope things get better for you. You can keep you got my information. You can keep in touch with me. And also, if you want to do this, I would recommend do this. If you create yourself a GoFundMe, I'll do a video. You send me the information. Just create your own GoFundMe. I'll create a video and I post it on my site on my channel, and that will also help you out too. So
My
GoFundMe.
my friend Lester actually wants to do one for me. He's been trying to get me to do one since I found out, bless his heart. So, and I kind of just feel like, and I have another friend who helps me a ton, Jim, and my friend Liz helps me. Like, I have this huge network of people who just give me time and uh, energy, love, money, like you name it, whatever I need. So, my goodness. Sorry, sorry. Uh, I don't know how to turn. You think I would know how to work my phone by now? Anyway, where was I going with that? Um, oh my God, I lost it. I forgot what I was going to say.
But anyway, but like I said, like this, if like I said, if you ever get it together, just email it to me, and I'll do a video and I'll put it in my channel, and also I might see another package later down the road to help you out. Some just a little something. I know you can use it. You really appreciate that, and I do appreciate the time you committed to this. And I think I say I'm gonna get like I said, I'm gonna say a little prayer for you. And oh yeah, I got a CES racer report. He really likes you. He
I was
says,
when I was going to ask the same question. Thanks.
you know,
I have so much more to say.
when the next interview, whenever she feels like it, just you got my number. Just call me up. We just chop it up like we did the last time. We have a little fun. We talk about we can have some fun. We can talk about Lexington Steel.
And you know, things now for me, that in the priorities of life, the thing that's most important is human connection more than ever. Like it's not that I didn't appreciate it and do it before, but now it's just that's what keeps me good, you know.
Alrighty. Well, like I said, we thank you for the time, and on your well, I just kisses and blessings to you. And like I said,
Can I say one more thing? So I wore this outfit because of the interview. So I just gotta, and I don't look as like I used to, but I just feel like I need to share the outfit. But
you look fine. Like I know some of the schools are looking at something else instead of the outfit.
oh, look. So this is what I wore. This is my little short. You
Ooh,
know,
that's cute.
you want to keep it, and I have these great things. So, and that's other thing, you know, trying to dress good and you know do beauty things and all that kind of stuff helps the quality of life, state of mind, you know, keeps you sane. Because now my body's like, ugh, it's like so hard, it bites me. um,
Yeah,
so I try to work on other things to distract from that. So
yeah.
so
Well,
can't
well, thank you very much. Thank you for the time. And whenever we get a chance to, like, oh yeah, Mitch Morrow is up there. You look great. You're like a marvelous darling, sipping marvelous. And he,
you.
he want to wish you a wonderful day. You on IG, Facebook, etc. And and we, like I say, we really appreciate this, and we want to say just best wishes and blessings to you. We got another one. Elizabeth Eastern said, she said you're an amazing bodybuilder.
Oh,
Thank you, Elizabeth.
that's
Thank you,
kind of
Elizabeth.
another amazing athlete right there.
Yeah. Oh, she's a friend of yours? Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's good. Thank you for coming by, Elizabeth. If you want, you can check out my channel. If you want to see the rest of this interview, it's probably gonna post later because it's different. It's the time is different when you do a live stream compared when you do it on Facebook. But anyway, I want to thank you for your time. Yes, the bicep for the smooth. So tonight when they want to go to sleep, they. It's like, oh, Billy.
Okay, George. Thank you for your time and for doing this for me. I really
Not a
appreciate
problem.
it.
Not a problem. I appreciate that. All right. And so anyway, this is your man, all the way is George Page. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out. And show your love to Miss Ronda Lee, Cashmere. You get it right? They get it right?
Quaresma, but I like it.
Quaresma. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right. Yeah. Good night and good luck.
Wrapping you and hugging you. There you go.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.